Three, two, one.
Robotics
Robotics Assemble. Let's go.
Hopefully that was in sync. I'm not sure. I guess Tamjeet on the other end will figure that out. But
Yes.
carried away.
Hello
Nikhil.
and welcome back to Robotics Assemble Podcast, everybody. Today I have with us President Shrey and Treasurer Mihir Jain. Today, welcome back. This is Season 2, Episode 1 of our
Let's go.
podcast.
Season 2.
So we're back in action. We took a long break over the summer and we've tried some stuff. They didn't work out. So we're doing this podcasting back again online. So let's just get right into it.
Actually, Nikhil, do you want to introduce yourself? You kind of skimmed over yourself.
We skimmed over. Okay,
Who are you,
I'm
Nikhil? The
I am the
director of
co-director.
engineering this year.
Yes.
So exciting stuff.
This
is actually our third recording of the first episode for season 2. I just want to point that out.
Third recording?
I'm not sure if I was in the first one. I was definitely in the second one. We recorded it in person, but there were some issues with that. The first one happened. I don't even know what's going on. This is going to be the best recording.
There were a lot of turns out there's a lot of technical issues with our podcast recording because we tried to do it in person and somebody, I don't know, forgot to press the record button on the on the microphone. So
oh my goodness.
We had camera audio, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with cameras or not, but camera audio is pretty bad. So so we had to redo that. So we're gonna be doing online podcasts until we figure out the like the in-person type thing. So
we do have the equipment for like in-person stuff. We bought microphones, we allocated a space, we have a table, everything was ready for it. It's just these minor issues that we need to still resolve. But hopefully by the end of this year or during the season season 2, we'll get one of those.
Yes,
hopefully
we'll
pray.
We will try to do at least a couple of in-person podcast videos before the end of the season. That will be our goal to do. So first up, let's try to get to know everybody a little bit better. What is your favorite color? And if you were a mermaid, what would your tail color be? It has to be different, you know?
Interesting. Mihir, do you want to go first?
So, my favorite color right now is probably pastel blue. And if I were a mermaid and I were to have a tail color, it would probably be maybe pastel green, but mixed with blue a little bit.
I see. So it's like
interesting.
We're going for a very Ariel vibe right there.
Sure.
Let's see.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Mine's actually a little different. I think I know for sure my favorite color is pink. It's just an exciting color. I do wonder if my response changed. Like if you asked this last year, Nikhil, I do wonder that. And
all right.
I guess we'll see. I'll have to take a look back.
You see, I expected it to be maroon, right?
Maroon?
Judging by your hair?
I don't know. I mean, I originally wanted to go for a light pink, but I wasn't sure that was going to work well with my skin tone or whatever. So I stuck with maroon. But pink is my favorite color. I do like light versions of pink. And I think my tail, if I had one, my mermaid tail would also be that color.
Okay. All right.
How about you?
I'd say my favorite color is this blue right here that I have on my big blue wall. And if I had a mermaid tail, right, I would want it to be white, right? Because if you're swimming and it's white, it'll really shine brighter, right? It'll reflect the most light, and then I can loot boats and attract pirate ships towards me, and I can loot them. It's it's a business plan. All of this,
Aren't these sirens? Is this what you're trying to become?
Yes, I'll become a siren. Yes.
Okay, Nikhil.
That's my goal in life.
All right, we'll go with that.
All right.
White, pink, and pastel blue.
Oh no, you said pastel green with a little bit of blue in there.
Okay.
All right. All right. Now that we've opened up, got a little comfortable, let's get so how is it opening up our club back in person, guys? It's been a while.
We've never
really we haven't talked about that on the podcast at all because we haven't really done that much. So how do you guys feel about it?
I mean, it truly has been a while. Today's November 10th, and we started school early September. So it's actually been 2 months since probably when we should have asked this question, but it's okay. We'll pretend this is the first episode, so we'll start off with that. But I think things have been pretty well. In terms of having the same membership, it's been pretty similar to past years. Maybe a little less. I'm not sure. Mahir can talk about that more. But yeah, we've seen people come in, even though it's we're coming back from online stuff. and we're able to get back to those projects, and I'm super excited, and I have been super excited.
Yeah, so did you guys find any troubles basically like integrating people into like real life again? Like, I know that we had a lot of issues trying to keep people far from each other, you know? Can you guys talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Some of the issues that we had going back into the season was we had way too many people. Like 99 or 90-ish% of the club was clustered around engineering, so the field area. And then we had like some people scattered around there. But then because there's so many people in engineering, and engineering is a really hands-on activity, especially now that we're back into Ivanhoe, we want to try to get people as much hands-on experience as possible. So like all of the tools, all of the wires and all of that stuff are in Ivanhoe, so it's really hard to get people outside of Ivanhoe. And especially like with stuff like building robots or like with programming, everyone has to be like scattered around like one computer. It's really hard to get that social distancing. So we found some where we had some troubles trying to get like people to like either sit like outside of the building for a little bit, or just trying to get people like scattered a little bit, and farther apart.
Yeah,
But,
I see.
yeah.
I will say I think it was a little bit easier coming into this school year compared to like March, the end of last school year when we were allowed to go back in person, because we had to create pods and stick to those pods a little bit. Though I think at the end we didn't really follow that, but it was hard like creating those pods.
We don't
Luckily,
talk about that. We followed it to the
yeah,
T
we're
until the
rule
very end.
followers. We're rule
Yes.
followers. We'll stick with that. But yeah,
Yeah.
this year was a lot more easier since we didn't have to create those pods, given our club is pretty big and our space is kind of small, and like how we have sub teams and everything, and we want everybody to be working on what they want to work. But not having to deal with that has been super nice. But again, we, as Mahir mentioned, we do need to stick or stay 6 feet apart, or 3 feet actually.
Yeah, 3
I
feet,
think.
right?
Yeah, I need to keep that right. But again, it is a little crowded in the engineering area, but I think things have been a little better in the past.
Yeah,
few
but
days.
people are so passionate now, I would say. They're like, a lot of people are coming and all of them want to do a lot of work. And I think that's very nice. Like, just having like a passionate group of people is just like, it makes just working there so much easier, and it makes projects being finished like much faster. And we have a lot of people. So I think I feel that a lot when I'm walking around in the club. Do you guys have the same feeling?
I think so. You're just talking about having a lot of people, or like having passionate people?
Having a lot of passionate people. That's basically what I'm talking
I
about.
definitely get that feeling. It's super exciting and stuff. One of the meetings we did like a team activity. I think we played, what's it called? Telephone, and that was a lot of fun. I know that's not really related to robots, but that was a fun activity. And like lately we had that time shift. What's it called?
Daylight savings.
Daylight savings, right? So it gets really dark at the end of our meetings. Our meetings end at like 5:45 p.m. and it's like it's already kind of dark right now, and it's 4:20.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. Okay, we'll pretend it's 4:21, right? No weird connotations. And it's already pretty dark. But like at the other meeting, they were just like playing with some of the balls that the robots would have, and so and playing outside, and it's just this fun experience, and it brought back memories from when I was a freshman.
Yeah.
But yeah, super passionate people, super fun people. I don't know. It's just great.
Yeah, there's so much energy. There's like always people like trying to like cut something or like measuring stuff out, and then when they're done with something, they would come up and be like, "Hey, is there some more to do?" And then there's a lot of people, but it's so much fun because there's always something to do, right? It's like we have a lot of stuff. We're coming back, so there's always things that we can do. So it's like they're getting all these experiences in different spots, and that's like I wish I had a lot of that in freshman year, and I feel like they're getting a lot of that as well.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mihir, you're awfully quiet.
Yeah.
What's on your mind, Mihir?
What's on your mind?
Nothing really. I was just listening in to what you guys were talking about, and I do agree. There are so many like passionate people and stuff, which was really nice to see. Like also, I believe we did the Applebee's fundraiser, and we were able to get like $1,600-ish from that, which was really nice because people ended up advertising and stuff like that. And even though we did have to give them a slight nudge, we're getting into the season, and that's something that we kind of expect. And other stuff like that. Like, I know Delaney's not here right now, but there's been so much interest in drive team meetings after Monday meetings. Like, there's always like a good like 10 or 20 people. Our counts have like not like gone below like 40, I think, like any day this year except for maybe the day before college apps were due, or the day that college apps were due. That's really it. Like, there's so many people who are so interested in joining robotics, and people who are there like consistently. And I know Tio was also telling me that like people are already asking for like leadership positions, like how they get into leadership positions, how they can be more of like a leader in the club and stuff like that, which is really, really nice.
You know what's interesting? I've also received a lot of questions like that this year. I do wonder why, but I mean, I think it's a good like sign, right? People want to see how they can get engaged. But yeah. I've experienced it a lot more this year.
Have you guys gotten those questions before?
Not often, not a lot. But I mean, I don't see much of an issue with the question because it's more of a question of like, hey, how can I be more involved and be recognized? But I always like give the same caveat. Like, even if you don't get the position right, that doesn't mean we don't value you and you're not valued in the team. Or you are still valued in the team even if you don't, regardless of whether you get the position. And I try and make that really clear.
Yeah, and like we do have like so many wonderful like veteran members right now, like who didn't get leadership positions, but they're still doing so much for our club. It's like so amazing.
Yeah, truly, yeah. So on that topic, right, of trying to empower new people and making sure that they feel valued and respected in the team. So why do you think new people should join our club?
Well, we're kind of past like the recruitment phase, but like we're definitely able to have more members join, obviously. But I think one of the main reasons for me personally is just the amount of experiences you can have, right? It like you do get to work on the robot. That's a major part of it. But also just the outreach events and then the fun events that we do together, like attending BA meetings and getting the opportunity to volunteer, going to the Issaquah Salmon Days, which we did a month ago. But we attended that, and just being able to meet other members of our community, just a fun story. There was like a dog show there, and so we were able to go there. It was right next to our stand. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, all the small things kind of add up and make robotics a very fun experience. FRC and first.
Yeah.
All right. That's pretty good. Mihir, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I definitely agree with everything that Shrey said. And yeah, so what also makes Roblox such a fun experience is just the community as well. Like Shrey was mentioning earlier, like we played games like Telephone in order to help like people get like situated with the club. Instead of doing a PowerPoint, we did a Kahoot, which was really nice because a lot of people were so engaged in that Kahoot.
They were so passionate. Oh my god.
So I don't even think passionate's enough to describe what happened.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It was like lagging and then they were like yelling that it was lagging.
Let's establish some context. Yeah. So Mihir, what was this PowerPoint? Or sorry, Kahoot. What was this Kahoot?
So basically, after the orientation, we didn't want it to have too much like of like the hardcore details about robotics, like club times, etc., like safety stuff, all of that, because people don't necessarily need to know that during orientation. But there are things that they should know, like getting into robotics, about like time commitments and stuff like that, and like different awards. And so in order to like help teach people about those things, we created a fun Kahoot for people to play. And we basically spent, I think it was like half an hour at the beginning of one of the meetings, just playing that Kahoot, which was really fun. And so many people were so passionate during playing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So that meeting, Mihir made the Kahoot. We talked about it a little bit beforehand, I think after a leadership meeting, just which types of questions we would want in regards to safety and stuff. So we had that Kahoot ready. So during that meeting, Mihir actually was not able to be there beforehand, right? So, which is fine because everything was ready. I had the link to the Kahoot, I had my laptop, right? All I had to do at the meeting was just move the television to the front of our area. What do we even call it anything? Just the main area, right?
Just the main, yeah.
The field.
The field.
Yeah. Before announcements, it's not really a field. But yeah, we surround ourselves around there, put the TV up, right? That took some time. And then I had like internet issues. I mean, we have been having internet issues, but I was using a hotspot trying to fix it. But I was finally able to get the Kahoot up, right? But okay, that wasn't even the issue. I was able to set it up perfect. It was all good. Right. So then the first slide pops up, or like the first question, right? And I didn't even get to read it, and everybody was already shouting so loudly, super passionate. I didn't
I
even
don't know
read
what's
it.
with Kahoots, man. They just change the entire atmosphere, dude. They were so quiet, and then the Kahoot loading screen was like popped up, and then they were just like chit chatting amongst themselves. They started like it was insane.
It was so loud, and by like the middle of it, I was like, okay, I can't. You guys just do what you need to do. They were just too loud. I wasn't gonna quiet them down. It was also taking a long time. I thought it would only take 20 minutes, but it took like close to an hour. I guess that's also like setup time.
It was a setup time plus when we're pressing on like the next the mobile hotspot would like lag a little bit, so it wouldn't like actually switch the question or the people's devices. So they're just stuck on the question and they didn't know if they got it right or wrong. So it was just a lot of like chaos happening, and then they were just they were eating it up. They were so excited, and this wasn't even like a very fun type of Kahoot, right? It was a Kahoot on like competition and like what
just like safety
things,
stuff. Yeah,
safety stuff, guys. Like if we had this on a PowerPoint, people would be asleep.
Yeah.
It's safety.
It definitely got to them better this way. Basically, to whoever was botting the Kahoot, I'm not very happy with you. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna keep it PG, GP, everything like that.
We had like
Let's
I
be
think
careful.
100 people answering a single question. We had like 50 people in there. Like I don't know how they managed to do this.
It was 300.
It was 300 people answering questions, and then there was like I guess like 40 to 50 people actually like there. So I don't know how. We're just gonna whoever was buying. I'm pretty sure that's another reason that it was.
It was probably lagging because of Oh my goodness. I don't even know how to stop it, but luckily they like stopped near the end. So
I'm pretty sure they got it wrong as well, even though they were botting. So like botting isn't even helping you guys.
I will say though, Mahir's like there are people in our club who have very loud voices. I'm not one of them, unfortunately. But like Mahir has one, right? And he was able to say like, "Hey, you need to stop botting." And after that, they stopped botting. So thank you, Mahir.
Did they?
I don't know. I think so.
No,
Mahir wasn't there though. How did they stop?
Mahir was there for like midway.
Oh, he was there at
the
the
game.
end, right?
Yeah. I mean, there was still botting at the beginning.
We had to end the very last question early because there were only like 400 responses, and the question had been up for like 1 second, and the entire like screen was like frozen, and so we had to end it.
I don't even know. Kahoot does something to like people, guys. We need a psych paper needs to come out on this. So for whoever's doing like IB psych, this is iconic. All right, just put a Kahoot up there with like some random questions and see what happens to the classroom. You're gonna get some amazing findings by grade level as well, right? I think like the more senior you get, I feel like the more hype you get over Kahoot.
Really? I think the other way.
Really?
There's no way.
No, it's a curve. Freshmen, and then like I think like juniors and sophomores are so dead from like a B and stuff like that.
Oh, so it's like
they don't have enough energy to worry about Kahoots, and then seniors are like, okay,
I don't agree with either of these.
Really?
I'm sorry, you guys. I think it's freshmen and then like sophomores and juniors and then seniors.
Okay, all right.
That's what I'm going with.
Please,
but we can test that for our next Kahoot.
Please, IB Psych people, like, do this. I need to prove Shay wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, send us your results at leadership@saintsrobotics.com. We actually want to hear.
Or I think
no, we have an email for this.
Yeah, we have a Saints Robotics. What is it? Robotics Assemble Podcast, right? At saintsrobotics.com.
Wait, let's talk about this email for a little bit. I don't think we talked about this like last year in any of those episodes, right? I just want to say I'm sorry, you guys. I made that email. I said this was the email we're going with. But then I thought like Nikhil wasn't really happy with it. Nobody was because it was so long.
I would have to wrap the email. I was like Eminem practicing.
Robotics Assemble Podcast. Or is that it? Or is it Robotics Assemble?
I think it's Robotics Assemble Podcast.
Tamji, can you confirm?
Robotics.
We're gonna get Tamji to confirm in the back.
It's been a while since I've said it.
Don't quote us on any of this. We're gonna get back to you in a little bit. But yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. So now on the topic, right? We should move on from Kahoot.
Okay, sounds good.
Kahoot, it was. I love how Kahoot was as much of a disaster as it was like amazing. Like it brought the club together, but at the same time, we saw a lot of problems with the Kahoot. Like, damn, it was very hard to control people during the Kahoot.
I mean, ultimately, the goal of the Kahoot was to get the information from our minds, right? To get the information to our members, and I think that did happen to a better extent than like the PowerPoint. The safety leads, like, I love you guys. Thank you so much for what you do. They gave a presentation, like a PowerPoint presentation. It was a little hard to follow.
What do you mean? It was amazing.
No, it was an amazing presentation, but it was also a PowerPoint presentation. It was a little hard.
Safety,
yeah. A little hard.
I don't know. I think Kahoot,
it was necessary.
Hopefully they understood the information.
Yeah,
that's what I hope.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, at the end, I heard people like saying some of the information from the Kahoot, which was nice. At least people retained some of the important information from there.
That's good. Yeah. So another thing that we've done was our first off-season competition. That was also a lot of fun. So I think we should just spend a little time talking about what went well, what didn't, and like, what do you guys want to do next time?
It's been a while since our off-season competitions.
That's
Here, do you want to
true.
talk about how it went? I think we only attended one, right?
Yeah, we've attended one.
I was only there for the first day, but I mean, only half of that too, because I had an outreach before. But it felt like it went good. I was talking to Delaney, and it seemed that like everyone got like a lot of experience with actually driving the robot out of competition, or at least the drivers that were there. We had, even though we did have like a situation where I think we left the operator board inside Ivanhoe, and then we had to have like Miss Sulu had to go back and get it from Ivanhoe and give it to Delaney's mom, who was just then leaving, which was a nice save, but
it was a big save, yes.
Yeah,
big save.
But all in all, it went really great. We also had the opportunity to prank one of our fellow teams called Jack in the Pot. We put, I think it was necklaces and candy.
We did it for most of the teams, right? There?
No, it was just that one team because they were hosting.
Team. Oh yeah. Okay.
So just as a way to show gratitude.
I see.
That. Yeah. Overall, like the intention of the intention of our off-season competitions are to give experience to new members, right? Unfortunately, at this event, we didn't have a lot of the freshmen there just because we didn't get the paperwork done. This was really early September, keep in mind. So
yeah,
that was that. Though some Amish high school, the Robototes were able to. So I kind of wish we were, but that's okay. Yeah. But regardless, we had a couple people, or the people who didn't attend the competitions but did attend in person or online meetings were able to go to this. So that was good. Lots of experiences Mihir was talking about, especially in terms of rotating the drivers, giving them a lot of experience, getting the feels for what a competition is like. We didn't actually set up our pit fully, and I don't think that probably was the right move, because I think later on, after the competition, we did set up the pits at Ivanhoe just to see how things went. And Nikhil, I guess later on you can talk about that.
Yeah.
Kind of a separate thing. But yeah, overall, I think it was good. And I guess like if you do give more experience to the new members for driving, right, you're not going to perform as well, and that's kind of what happened, but like that's our intent, right? So I think it's all good. And I know Delaney eventually is going to have the drive team applications close. I think it closes either today or tomorrow, and then we're going to get a drive team soon. Actually, I think there's a little more they have to do, but we'll have that soon, and so then they'll be working towards that, and I'm super excited about that. All fun stuff.
This is going to be for your the YouTube audience, right? I don't know if Tamjid has time to put this in there, but basically we had a great time in the pits because I was basically living in the pits the entire competition. Like, I don't know, I showered there somehow. It was weird. So essentially the pits were like a smooth, like freshly greased machine, right? We were like perfectly analyzing all the problems. Everyone had their thing to do, and then we were just like doing it, and it was so much fun. And it was like it was just very cool to see all these people who are online, basically not really working on the robot because you can't really do that online, coming into person and just like knowing exactly what to do. And it was just so relieving to know that people are I guess they have the skills and they're capable of like fixing the robot. Like I thought we would have to like struggle a lot during the pits, but it was a lot of it was just really smooth. I really like that. Plus, right? Plus zip ties. Have you guys heard of them? They're one of the
I think we
best
all have,
things.
yeah.
Zip ties basically saved the day. All right, now Tamji, put the video up. This was our basically this was our climber, and our climber was like falling off our robot. It was so sad, but zip ties came in and saved the day. We zip tied the climber to our chassis, and it was able to work for another couple rounds. It fell off later, but it was able to work. It was all in the first day. It was a lot of fun. It was very hectic because when we saw it, we're like, "Oh no, what was happening?" But then afterwards, zip ties saved the day, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. Zip ties and duct tape, they can literally fix anything. I'm pretty sure that's how we're gonna get to Mars. Like Elon Musk, take some notes, please. Like zip ties and duct tape. Trust me. Invest.
Fun stuff. But yeah. Wait, Nikhil, do you want to talk about like creating the pits in Ivanhoe too? A little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Or like what updates did we make?
So basically, we put up the pits. Wow, my door just opened.
Yeah, we can see it in the background.
Okay. So basically, in the pits, what we did was our pits. I don't know if you have seen them, but they're mostly wood and they're made from these wood triangles. So what we did was we put them up. It took a little bit. We didn't have all the materials to put them up. So again, zip ties and duct tape saved the day. We basically zip tied our pits together, and then we labeled everything. So now if we have to put it together, it's very easy. It's labeled and it's put like we have the I don't know, we have a diagram just in our drive. So if anybody can put it together, we made sure by having some business people take a look at the diagram, and they said it was readable. So we know that anybody can do it now. And all right. So that's what we did. And then we also bought or are going to buy a lot of RGB, so we can just loop RGB all the way around our pits so they look really nice. And we also just set everything up just so that new people know how to do it. And I made sure that the team that really set it up were mostly new members, so that this knowledge can be passed down through generation and generation, right? So I think it was a lot of it was just a lot of fun to do as well, because we almost broke some pieces, but we saved it at the end. It was very nice. So yeah, overall the pits are gonna come back, and hopefully we can do them really fast now because we've done it once before. We're planning on doing it again. So by competition, what usually takes us like an hour to put up the pits, hopefully we can cut it down to like 45 or 30 minutes so we can focus on
really nice.
better stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically with the pits.
Fun stuff. But yeah, that's super exciting, especially cutting down that time.
Yeah.
All right. All right. What's next?
So what's next? Okay. So we talked about competitions. We talked about the pits. We talked about Kahoot, right? And then we're on a podcast. So it's we're doing a lot of stuff. But one more thing that we're doing, right, is TikTok and our social medias. I don't know if we really talked about TikTok that much on our like.
I think we started it kind of later on, though. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
I don't think we've talked about it exactly on the podcast because we were interviewing other people. Yeah. But yeah, let's just talk about our TikTok for a second. We have a competition going on right now. So do you want to talk about that, Trey? The competition is probably over by the time this goes on, but like, do you want to talk
honestly am not too sure about this competition. This happened like Monday, and Kowal, who is the director of communications, he's just like, hey, we're gonna have a TikTok competition within our club. I think it's within our club, but I guess maybe one day we can open it up. Yes. One day we'll make it public. But basically just this is to brainstorm TikTok ideas or for people to record them so that we can upload them. But yeah, I guess for those people who are in our club, for our club members, give us TikTok ideas and we'll go ahead with those. I know Tamjid will be super happy with that. We do have quite a bit of TikToks, but yeah, it's a fun endeavor. It's fun stuff.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of yo, Tamjid, please again edit in some TikToks that are very funny for the YouTube.
Yeah. You suck. Oh my god. Where'd it go?
Audience,
Actually,
I'm very sorry for the Spotify people.
I think one of the things got like over 1,000 views on YouTube, which was really fun. And then a few of them on TikTok. I'm not over 1,000. I'm not sure. I haven't been checking.
Over 1,000.
I'm just gonna say, while those aren't large numbers, they're still pretty large. Granted, we don't have that many followers, but that's okay.
Size.
That's
compared to our size, it's huge.
Exactly. But yeah, super fun. I think that was the imagery not being productive one. But we're changing that. We're recording the first episode of the podcast today. Imagery is going to be the most productive subject.
Exactly. All right.
This is what this episode symbolizes.
Exactly. So now, Mihir, you've been awfully quiet. Are there any new outreach events happening?
So I think there's a couple that we're really excited about. The first one is going to be the Open Map project, and I'm not sure too much about it, but I know we're talking to a teacher about implementing it somewhat soon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be something to look forward to, and I look forward to learning more details about that because I really don't know much about that right now. But then we also have a lot of new fundraisers that we're planning right now. I think right now we're planning a Panda Express fundraiser, which is going to be super cool. And I think there's one more.
Pandas.
Yeah, pandas are amazing. I'm not sure, but we might be planning another fundraiser somewhat soon as well. But we're continuing our goal of at least one outreach per month, which is so cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So I have some thoughts about the Panda Express fundraiser, right?
Yeah.
So I think that we had a Applebee's fundraiser before, right? And then we did, as you said on the podcast just now, it did pretty well.
Yeah.
But now I think I have some ideas how to make it better. And I think one of that ways is by getting Shrey to wear like a panda onesie or something.
This is for the fundraiser?
Yes. To market the fundraiser, right? I don't know where this Panda Express is, but if Shrey wears like a panda onesie and like holds a sign saying fundraiser like right outside, I feel like a lot of people would come in. You know, it's just a hunch. Like
I don't know. I think that's really cute, but I don't know if I want to do that.
Maybe if not Shrey, if maybe you can do it, Mihir. You know, you're a very lively guy. Or Kowal.
Nah, Kowal's the one who recommended it. Kowal is going to be the person who does it.
Kowal will be wearing.
I didn't have anything onesie. I wasn't promoting a fundraiser or anything, and then Kowal is like, "Hey, let's do a Panda Express one," because Newport was doing one or did one, right? And then then Lachitos, or who's our business lead, she was like, "Oh, I also want to do one," and then all of business was like, "Hey, I want to do one," and I was like, "Okay."
That's so cool. So it's like a team thing. It's
but okay. Wait, idea. To be clear, nothing has happened right now. It's just an idea.
No, it's just an idea.
It's just an idea.
No, maybe if we're talking to Panda Express, wearing a panda onesie might help in the deal making. We might get a better
door
share.
To door. Yeah,
going door to door in a panda onesie.
In a panda onesie, like completely. I know Delaney went I think 10 hours or something like that. Like going just door to door for Applebee's.
Yeah.
If she could do the same thing, but like in a Panda onesie for Panda Express, so amazing.
Boom. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
We'd get so many people.
Yeah. The thing is, the Applebee's fundraiser is super nice in that you get to. It's only a couple hours on Saturday or Sunday in the morning, but like you get to serve it. But the thing that's nice about it is that you get to sell the tickets, right? And you get like 50% profit, and each ticket is $10, right? So it's a super nice fundraiser in that way, and that's how we were able to get that number that Mihir was talking about, over 1,000. Actually, Delaney also went up to people and they just donated, so that was also super nice. So thank you, Delaney.
First of all, are we allowed to say that how much we get?
I don't see why not. It's public information, right? The budget is public, right here.
Yeah. All right, just making sure.
Okay, yeah, it's all good. But like, they can find that information. A lot of our stuff, or we have a public drive. There's a way to access it. I'm not entirely sure how, but you can figure that out. It's probably on our website or something. I know imagery or programming is going to work on updating the website, so that's also like a project that's ongoing. We've been meaning to do it for a while. I think the last time it was like fully done was my freshman year by someone named Simon Zhang, not Simon, but yeah, he worked on it and it's super nice, but things are a little outdated now and we need to fix that. And I think there might be a couple of things that we want to add, but I know imagery or programming will figure it out.
That's great. So is there anything else you guys want to mention about the robotics? What was the best part of robotics this year so far? What do you think was the best part other than the Kahoot? We already talked about the Kahoot. Right?
I really enjoyed the orientation a lot. I think that was just a ton of fun.
Orientation was a lot of fun.
It was end of September, just because that's when we typically do it. There was a lot of planning that went behind for this. We brought the TV outside and everything, gave the presentation. We had a lot of people there. Something we tried doing this year was just having rotations. That's something I wanted to do last year, but last year was online, so I wasn't able to. But we had rotations and like people rotated. That was a lot of fun. Basically, they went to each sub team, and then there were also some other activities. Like one of them was with the competition directors, making like paintings to make a collage, and so that's a mural, and that's on one of our walls, and that's super fun. And I was also able to talk to everybody in this way because I made sure I had one of the pods where I just answer the questions, right? So I think you can test me later on maybe one of these. I don't know if we'd be able to like do it during a podcast, but maybe I can take a quiz before a podcast. But I think I'd be able to name most of the members in our club, and that's like 70, 80. Yeah, a name quiz. I think maybe the next time I'm on here, I'll take a quiz and then I'll let you guys know how I do.
We can make that a TikTok.
Yeah.
Present. Oh my goodness. But yeah.
Yes.
Just because of that, I think it was super nice just being able to interact with everybody and see what they're interested in, what people really want. And yeah, I think that was a lot of fun. It did get a little, not chaotic. The Kahoot was chaotic. This was not chaotic, but it did get a little unjambled at the end in that some of the pods went to the wrong places, but we were able to resolve that. But yeah, I think that was the most fun.
How about you, Meher? What do you think?
So, other than the orientation and the Kahoot, I would say that maybe what's the most fun I've had in robotics so far? I would say the telephone game was.
Telephone game.
Okay.
It was really fun and engaging, and it was really funny to see how not so much the first word, but how the second one just completely changed.
Yes.
Like, all the way.
The funny thing is, like, I was just talking to members, like, everybody, or some people purposely changed it.
Yeah.
Including myself.
How could you?
I'm sorry.
It defeats the purpose of the game, Shrey.
I'm sorry.
You're the president.
Okay, the first one I did not. It's okay. I'm so sorry. It won't happen again.
All right. What did you change it to?
Don't worry about it. A little bit of a scandal. We'll keep it low.
It's a scandal. This is scandalous, Shrey. How could you do this?
All right. Nikhil, what's the next point that we have to talk about?
No, I don't want to move on to the next one. Let's stay on this point. What is this scandal that you're talking about, Shrey?
I just changed the telephone thing on the second time. It's okay.
Change the telephone game
completely all the way.
This is a scandal.
Completely new sentence. Like, actually.
What did you say? What was the thing? What did you say?
Let's move on.
Are you sure?
Let's move on.
This is forever gonna be like a trade secret. Like what?
I can tell you what he heard. I can tell you what he heard. But...
Let's move on. What I heard was definitely incorrect. It was Shrey is treasurer. I'm just gonna point that out.
No. It was Shrey likes presidents. You heard Shrey likes presidents.
No, I heard Shrey is treasurer.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
I
changed it from treasurer to vice president.
Okay, the original statement
You're
was
changing stuff too. Oh
Okay.
my god!
No, I knew
Oh my
Delaney.
God,
Okay, so
guys.
Delaney was in there somewhere, so I knew that Delaney wouldn't. Or no, Delaney started it, so I had a feeling that Delaney.
No, Delaney didn't start it. It was someone before
Oh.
Delaney. It was originally it was Shrey's a good president. Then Kowal gets it and changes it to Shrey's a bad president, right? Obviously, there are a lot more people in the circle, but like I'm just pointing out the leads who are a little not the best.
This is
Not
corruption.
the
We're like talking about the corruption in our robotics team right now.
And
That's gonna be the title.
And then
Scandals and Corruption, Saints Robotics.
And then Delaney changed it. And then
Oh
like
my
I
Delaney
changed it.
Delaney didn't change it. I thought Delaney had changed it.
Oh, not Delaney. Sorry, someone changed it before me a couple
At least
times.
the vice president is like courteous. Dang. Oh my god,
I
guys.
thought Delaney had changed. I didn't think that it was Shrey was treasurer. I thought it was Shrey was vice president. So that's why I changed it too.
I definitely changed it. I'll admit to it. Right. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry I let you down.
Dang.
But
I think this is one of the best apologies on YouTube.
Down. Right. I'm sorry I let you down. It won't happen again, but it might.
Yeah.
All right, moving on, Nikhil. Let's go.
Moving on. I think that's basically we're gonna end on a scandal, guys.
Right. Actually,
what we do have
before the email, just last thing. Julie was supposed to be in this call, but her PC let her down. So let's send prayers to her PC and Julie. So I'm sorry. It's okay. Next time we'll get Julie in one of these episodes. Fun stuff.
We will. That was damn. We started off with getting back into person. We ended with a scandal. This has been a podcast, guys.
That should be like, I don't know if we're gonna do teasers, but Tamjid, that should be the teaser. What Nikhil just said.
Yes.
Just 5 seconds of that. Perfect.
5 seconds of that. Yes. Started with getting back into person. Now we talk about in-game scandals.
No, you know how apology videos do so well on YouTube? The next episode is I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yes. If you want to see that video, guys, subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Instagram and our TikTok and our Twitter. I think all of them are Saints_Robotics. However, for our YouTube, it's Saints Robotics 1899. So remember that. And if you guys want to contact us, it is Robotics Assemble Podcast at saintsrobotics.com.
Robotics Assemble Podcast at saintsrobotics.com.
Yeah,
exactly.
The long one.
And if you want to buy our merch, go to saintsrobotics.com and there's a quick link there. You can look at our merch. Yeah, it's pretty sick. Designed by Simon.
Hopefully this year we're able to make a couple more.
Yeah,
we'll be adding to that soon.
And then feel free to also email us future ideas for podcasts, or if you want to be on your podcast or on a podcast, or think that your robotics team should be part of a cast, we're more than welcome to invite you. Just send us an email and we'll get that arranged.
Yeah, and hopefully once our in-person stuff gets set up, we can even do in-person podcasts. We'll fly you down. I'm joking. Please, we have no money.
I don't know if we're gonna do that.
We have no money, but yes, we can do some in-person stuff as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think that's it. We're gonna do robotics break on 3. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Robotics break.